was surprising, but not nearly as surprising as this article that I saw last week about Microsoft pulling an AI chatbot after it recommended tourists visit the Ottawa Food Bank. Here, take a look at this. Apparently, Microsoft had replaced all of their travel writers with ChatGPT, and it generated these very generic articles about top 10 things to do in Ottawa, and along with popular tourist spots like Parliament Hill, the piece endorsed going to the Ottawa Food Bank, which, I mean, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea. What's wrong with going to an Ottawa Food Bank, you know? You can help people out. I mean, I think it's great. I don't know if I'd want to go specifically to Ottawa just to go to the food bank, but here, I take a look at the food bank here. You can just see some of the great stuff they're doing. You can volunteer. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that. I think it got a harsh deal here. You know, this sounds like an amazing thing to do in Ottawa. And I'm going to be honest, I've never been to Ottawa. So if I go on to, I Google top 10 things to do in Ottawa, and what do I get? I get a lot of river cruises. What if I'm afraid of water? That eliminates most of the activities to do. Look at this, buses going into the water. Just everything has to do with the water. I mean, a helicopter ride. What if I'm afraid of heights? What if I'm just afraid? All these things. Ottawa zipline, river zipline. These things are terrifying. What if I just want to go and help people and work in the soup kitchen, or in the food bank, So it looks like there's not much to do other than the Canadian War Museum. So it's either the Canadian War Museum or the Ottawa Food Bank. So if you ask me, this chatbot, it got a raw deal. But if I look at this really bizarre article here, and just based on everything I'm looking at here, this person made this. This is a time traveler, because they made this site in the 90s, I'm assuming, or the 80s. And so let's take a look at Microsoft fired 50 humans at MSN News and turned it over to a chatbot, which posted an article saying, "Visit the food bank hungry." So let's read this article by Ryan Farmer, reprinted with permission. Microsoft fired 50 people at MSN News in 2020, then turned the content over to an AI chatbot. I don't think this is too scientific. Here, let's take a look at the tweet real quick. Microsoft is really hitting it out of the park with its AI-generated travel stories. If you visit Ottawa, it highly recommends the Ottawa Food Bank and provides great tips for tourists. Consider going into it on an empty stomach. It's empty. So, as we all know, this isn't the first time, actually, that Microsoft has released kind of a toxic chatbot. Remember Tay back in 2016? So I think this is slightly less toxic. Well, how did all this start? All this actually started because of a different story. It started off because I was trolling Reddit. Well, I have no idea where to turn. My boss is trying to replace copywriters. It seems like we're all trying to be replaced by ChatGPT. And here's a crazy idea, okay? How about, all right, how about instead of replacing, these copywriters who are making, I don't know, pennies to the dollar, why not replace the CEOs that are replacing them with ChatGPT? I'm sure they're making as much as hundreds of copywriters. Just a thought. Anyway, have a great day. And if you have any chips, I could use some.